Welcome back to Business Today. Taxi service is on the rise as businesses continue to reopen following the easing of COVID-19 restrictions across the country. Ride-hailing companies such as PTG Travel indicate demand is slowly picking up. Brenda Kirigwa speaks to the Chief Executive Officer, Justus Kirigwa, on this week's Captains of Industry.
PTG Travel is a transport solution provider in Kenya. It started as Pewin Cabs back in 2009 and over the years rebranded to PTG Travel to provide more transport service. Justus Kirigwa is the founder and CEO of PTG Travel. He has 19 years experience across logistics and automotive industries. He started the company in 2008 and by 2018 its turnover was nearly $10 million.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on Captains of Industry. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me over.
So when you look at Pewin and when you started, it's now a fully fledged conglomerate. What can you say that you have learned or you have achieved in this specific period?
Well, I'd say it's just the small life principles that we live by every day. So you take every day one by one, you do what you have to do, and you keep growing. And with time, you get better as you just take every day one day at a time.
Let's go way back to when you had the Pewin idea. Did you ever think that it would be this big?
No. When you start something, you never imagine what anything can grow up to. So it's just like a child. You start just day by day, and they grow, and before you know it, it's even bigger than yourself. What you started with.
When you look at so many entrepreneurs, when they're starting off, they have all these big ideas, and they want to achieve something so fast. What are some of the lessons that you've learned as an entrepreneur? Is it slow and steady, or mentorship?
The entrepreneurial journey, it involves a lot of learning. So, and you can't do it all in one day, and you can't do it all in such a short space, especially if you're not experienced. And when I was starting, that was the case. So as you just take it day by day, you learn, and you grow from there. So I don't believe in quick growth. I believe in organic growth.
Even as you're developing, you've had so many competitors who are now in your space compared to when you were starting over. Is it hard keeping up with the changes? Is it hard keeping up to ensure that you maintain your market share?
Well, one thing that competition has brought to us is an understanding that you have to be very clear on what problem you want to solve. Competition comes, they do lots of many different things, and they can make you go in different directions. So just stay strict to what it is that you want to do and what problem you're trying to solve, and just become good at that space that you're trying to solve.
So Justus, what is the biggest problem that you've had to solve so far, and what did you learn from that experience?
Well, I think the problem that we're trying to solve as a business is we've realized that, especially after the pandemic, businesses are being very cautious on their spend. So we're providing businesses, what we're solving for businesses is that they can save money. Instead of buying cars, they can use transport as a service, and that is a problem that we're trying to solve as a business. So we're helping businesses save money, we're giving them proper controls so that they can become more successful, and their success is pegged on our success.
What does the future of travel look like when you're looking at the Kenyan context?
Well, travel as a whole has gone through tough times, especially with the pandemic. We're very aware what has happened in other industries, like the airline industries that we're very closely aligned with. But I believe things are opening up. We're seeing lots of business travelers are coming back in. Certain segments that were really slow, especially like some VIP segments we do are really slow, they're starting to pick up just because businesses are coming back.
What's the best advice that you got this year?
I'd say the best advice I got this year is that if you put your mind to anything, it just takes you 5 years of constant learning and working hard to achieve it. So just 5 years, if you can spare 5 years of your time, you can achieve anything. It will change your entire career.
We're now coming to the end of 2021 and heading into 2022. It's an election year, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and most companies are looking at rebuilding. What will the 2022 leader look like?
I'd say first, as a business, you have to be aware of what the election year holds for business in general. So we've gone through a tough time through the pandemic, but we also have next year to go by. So you have to start making your plans early, as of right now, of what you're going to do once that specific period comes. If you need to work twice as hard in the early part of the year, because that year that's the election cycle, we can't escape it. You do what you have to do.
So what are some of the skills that are needed as a leader?
You just have to be a sponge. You know, you could gain knowledge from anywhere, from as soon as you walk into the office, as soon as you walk into anyone's office, the receptionist, from everywhere, you can gain a lot of knowledge. So just be a sponge and try and gain as much knowledge on whatever subject matter.
Looking back at your career, if you had the opportunity to do it all over again, what would you change?
I wouldn't change much because, you know, with age and with time, you gain experience and you gain different insights that you didn't have when you were getting started. So I'd hope I'd achieve some of those insights a lot earlier. Maybe what I would do is I would spend time with more mentors or people that have been through the journey before to gain more insights from them.
So who is your mentor?
Oh, I have tons of mentors. You know, I don't have anyone specific that I call my mentor, but I gain knowledge from different people within different parts of the industry.
And what's the one thing that you take with you, that you always stand with and, you know, say, this is my motto and I'm going to run with it?
Hard work wins it at the end of the day.